Welcome, my dear students. Today I am here with part 2, parts of speech, nouns. As in part 1, we have seen that to nouns we can classify in 3 different ways. First, proper noun, common noun, collective noun, and abstract noun. But there is another way of looking at nouns, that is, all nouns can be abstract or concrete, or all nouns can be classified as countable and uncountable. So today I am here with classification of nouns, abstract noun or concrete noun, countable nouns or uncountable nouns. Let's know more about it. Abstract nouns. Abstract nouns are those referring to ideas, concepts, emotions, and other things you can't physically interact with. Means the things which you can't see, taste, touch, smell, or hear. Something named with an abstract noun. Usually our emotions, our ideas, our thinking, or we can say the mental state comes under abstract nouns. Examples: poverty, bravery, despair, joy, flattery. These are some examples of abstract nouns. Let's see more examples. She has an incredible love for nature. So here love is abstract noun which we cannot see, feel, or touch. He received an award for his bravery. Bravery is an abstract noun. His desire to win the race was accomplished. Desire is abstract noun. Other examples of abstract nouns: fear, anger, joy, excitement, and other emotions are abstract nouns. As we can't see them, we can't touch them, we can't even smell them, but we can feel them, we can understand them. Courage, cowardice, and other such states are also known as abstract nouns. Creativity, uncertainty, and other innate feelings are also comes under abstract noun. Let's move to concrete nouns. Concrete nouns refer to people, places, or things that we can see, feel, and touch. They occupy space. For example, we can say astronaut, forest, helicopter are some examples of concrete nouns. Once again, concrete nouns are the words used for actual things which you can touch, see, taste, feel, and hear. Things you interact with every day. Whatever you see, watch, your stationery items, your bulb, your books, all things you can touch and feel. So these are concrete nouns. Let's see more examples. Please remember to buy oranges. So here oranges are concrete noun. Have a seat in that chair. Can I borrow your pen? The phone is on the table. So chair, pen, phone are concrete nouns. Table also a concrete noun. Let's see some more examples for concrete nouns. Buildings, Android phones, flowers, rainbows, candies, tables, bags, foods, perfume, soda. These all things we can see, we can touch, we can hear, and we can feel also. So that's why they are coming under concrete nouns. Now let's see how we can form abstract nouns. Abstract nouns are formed with the help of some common suffixes. Suffixes, as you know, there are some small group of letters which we add to any of the adjective, verb or common nouns and make adverbs. In some cases we have to be very alert as to change into abstract noun. We need to make slight changes into spellings for adjectives, verbs or common nouns. We can form abstract nouns from adjectives, verbs and common nouns. Let's see some examples. Ship, friend, friendship. Shun, decide, decision. Dumb, free, freedom. T, certain, certainty. So here ship, shun, dumb and T. They are suffixes which we have added to nouns or verb or adjective, and now we have converted them into abstract nouns. Let's see countables and uncountables. Nouns like country, city, river, person, class, army can be counted. So they are called countables or count nouns. Generally speaking, most of the common collective nouns are countables. Proper nouns like India, Kapil, Kanpur, name of particular person or thing. These are of only one of their own kind, so they are called uncountables or uncount nouns. Some common nouns that name materials like wood, milk, tea, ink, glass, copper are uncountables because we cannot count them. Abstract nouns like kindness, pride, beauty, pain, that the name states, quantities, feelings or ideas are also uncountables because we cannot count them. However, in certain cases, abstract nouns may also have plural form, like hardships, vacancies, decisions, etc. But there are some words which can be used as both as a countable and an uncountable. Let's take example. These houses are made of stone. Here stone is an uncountable because we are saying these houses are made up of stone. So we can't count those stones by which houses are made up of. The child threw a stone at me. The child threw a stone at me. Here stone is used like a stone, means it's a countable noun here. So a countable has a plural form and uncountable does not have plural form. Countables may be used with words like a, one, few, many, etc. Like a pen, one student, a few apples, many children, like that. Uncountables cannot be used with these words. We can use words like little, a little and much because they are referring to some quantities. So we can say a little milk, much help, etc. So let's recap. Most of the common and collective nouns are countable. Common nouns that name materials like wood, iron, stone, water are uncountable. Proper nouns are mostly uncountable. Abstract nouns are normally uncountable. Advice, assistance, progress, happiness, anger, joy, they are uncountable. Some abstract nouns are also countable, like idea, joy, visit, example, opportunity. So there are some which we can count. A countable noun has a plural form. An uncountable noun has no plural form. A, an, one, few, many, several can be placed before countables, but not before uncountables. We can place little and much before uncountables. I hope you understand the topic. Thank you.